Hello, welcome back. Welcome into a very, very special edition of Let's Talk Sports with Rick Manarino today. It's usually Rick and Jack. You know, we have our other show. Jack is not going to be with me on this show because it's a special edition. I have the great honor and privilege to have on the show today Mr. Chris Meza. Welcome, Chris. As you all know, Chris is one of the principals of Fan Wagon, which is a great, great betting app. And welcome in, Chris.
Hey, Rick, thanks for having us back, man. How are y'all doing?
We're doing great. You know, the show keeps building and we keep getting followers, but I thought it was time for us to get back in and catch up with you and Dexter, the two major guys over at Fan Wagon. What's happening at Fan Wagon? How's your audience? What's your growth? What's going on at Fan Wagon? And tell our followers. We got a lot of them that like your site and bet at your site and like the concept of betting that you propose and that you have. Tell us what's going on at Fan Wagon these days.
Yeah, absolutely, Rick. First of all, thanks for having us back. It's good to be back.
It's great to have you on. It's been too long, actually. So
it has, man. It has. And so a lot's been happening. Fan Wagon, we're doing great. It's been great to get off the ground earlier this year with our official beta launch. And around February, we did that, and things have been going good. The growth is continuing to happen. We're still seeing steady growth. We're happy with what we're seeing there. The bets are coming in. Lots of fun activity is happening. We're a little different than some of the other betting sites that people are used to. We offer a peer-to-peer or buddy betting system that allows you to bet your friends instead of betting the books,
Right.
which is fun. We like to be available for the casual sports fan that wants to place some bets on the games with their friends, get some bragging rights, earn some cash or money in the meantime as well.
Yeah,
So
we all like
what
the
we've been
bragging
doing over
rights.
at Fan Wagon. Absolutely, man.
The thing about it is, explain to our audience, those that are in the audience today that don't quite understand your concept, how it works for you, how you're different than some of the other betting sites where you just go there, you put a bunch of cash in, and you can play your cash out. You really don't do that. You have a very different, unique concept. And again, it is buddy to buddy. That can be females, males, whatever. You propose something very different and unique, and it's a lot of fun because it's always fun facing up against your friends and putting a friendly wager out there. Couple of things. Let us know exactly how it works, the dollar value that you can go up to, the minimum, those type of things. Let us know exactly how somebody can get involved and get into your app. Let us know all those things for our audience that hasn't had the good fortune of coming to your site yet, and I know they're going to after this show.
Yes. Thank you, Rick. Thanks for the opportunity to explain this.
Yeah.
So what we do is we are buddy to buddy. You bet users, you bet your friends, whoever's in the app. Right now, we are available on iPhone, on iOS. Android is currently being developed. It will come at a later time. We'll announce that at a later date once we can pinpoint a more definite time frame on that. Now, as far as the app goes and how it works, first thing you do when you download the app and you come into our app, you find your buddy, you find them as a user, you send them a bet invite on the game. Right now, the NBA Finals are going on. So you send them a bet. You want to bet on the Bucks. Your buddy wants to take the Suns. You send your bet invite to your buddy, and you bet on the game. Once you engage into that bet with your buddy, you're able to go into a chat screen where you can trash talk all you want.
Beautiful.
And where you can, at that point, set a wager if you would like to. We are allowed to function in all 50 states. You can play Fan Wagon in all 50 states and bet. You can play Fan Wagon for free and for bragging rights, or you and your friends can choose to wager. Right now, we offer Visa gift cards to wager, and we do a minimum of $10, and then we have a maximum of $1,000. Of course, in addition to some processing fees. That is the price range that we're offering now, and we look to hopefully expand on that soon.
Well, let me ask you this, Chris. First of all, Do you base it on the point spread, or is it just a straight up bet with your friend? Do you deal with the point spreads that are available? How does that work for you all, or is it just a
Good
friendly
question.
straight up bet?
It is up to the user. It
Okay.
is up to the users. It is up to the users how serious they want to take these bets. If it's just a fun, casual, simple bet, please feel free to do the head-to-head straight up bet, or feel free to work out your own point spread and odds as you like. It is
Okay.
up to the users to determine that. We do not set that in the app. We let the users take this as serious as they want to.
That's very fair, and that's kind of fun because, excuse me, some people are so adamant about the fact that they think their team is going to win. And for instance, a point spread may, like the other night, it was I think 4.5. Milwaukee was favored, and I felt that Milwaukee would just destroy some teams, but I bet with my friends, and a great again opportunity when you bet your friends and you do that trash talking is to go through Fan Wagon. And if you want an extra bet someplace else on your own, do that. But Fan Wagon, you get to watch the game and communicate with each other. My next question is can you do it as a group? Is it one-on-one, or can you have a group to where 6 or 7 of you are maybe betting against one person that feels, for instance, Milwaukee's going to beat Phoenix, and the other 6 think it's Phoenix? Can you do a group thing?
At this time, you cannot do a group thing. We hope to hopefully get there in the next year or two, maybe. But at this time, we're not quite there in the development process yet. Right now, it is just one user to one user at this point.
Yeah, as far as the Android thing, not having that available is kind of a deterrent, a little bit of a deterrent. Is that going to be within the next month, the next week? How soon will you have that up for all the Android users?
Hopefully in the next few months. We have a little bit development to do still on the iPhone version.
Okay.
Again, we are in our beta launch process, and so we're still in the process of offering and improving on the product that we offer. And so as we tighten that up on the iPhone version, then we will shift our focus to the Android version.
What do you find is the biggest attraction for you? What draws the crowd? Is it Major League Baseball because there's so many games right now, or is it an NBA game, or is it like the UFC fight the other night, a great card, or is it all of the above?
Man, what we've seen in a trend of the users that we have been able to obtain and gather is boxing.
Boxing.
Boxing is our biggest attraction at this time.
I am surprised.
It is our biggest money maker at this time for us.
Wow.
People are placing the bigger bets on boxing right now.
Wow, that's wild.
UFC comes second, and then NBA has picked up. When the season was happening with NBA, we saw a trend of several little bets being made on each game,
Okay.
of course. And then now that we're in the playoffs and the finals, we're starting to see slightly larger bets now that the games have condensed and become, now just focused on the finals. We're seeing
Right.
some larger bets. Even with that, with the users we have at this time, boxing is definitely producing bigger bets than NBA.
Really, you caught me by surprise
sir.
there. I
Yes, sir.
I surely would have said, well, like NBA finals would be big right now. That UFC, again, that card was outstanding the other night.
Yes.
And, Conor McGregor draws people and bets. And let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did you have more money? Did you have it more tainted towards Conor McGregor or Dustin Poirier? How did the bets fall? I'm really curious about that one.
Yes, and we did notice definitely most of our users were leaning towards Dustin Poirier. They absolutely
The smart money was where it belonged.
They did, and it was. People didn't really buy it on the hype of Conor.
Then you have knowledgeable bettors.
As usual, and much of our serious bettors and more of our winners and stuff, they definitely identified that pretty quickly and went with Dustin Poirier.
You have an educated bettor because, absolutely, Conor McGregor's good days are gone. He is in that particular division is 5th or 6th bets. There's several guys in that division that can beat him. I'll tell you that right now. There's several.
Right.
His last win was against Cowboy Cerrone, and that guy's over the hill. I mean, he was a great fighter at one time. Give him his props, but he's had too many fights. And McGregor beating him, I was like, so what? So what? But Conor made that $100 million fighting Floyd Mayweather, so he's a very rich guy. Why does he really need it? But I really like the fact that you have a knowledgeable bettor. I'm really curious. NFL must be your big money maker. I mean, we're close to NFL coming around, and it's great that the camp will be starting in a couple weeks. I can't wait to get back to our NFL show and talk about NFL and college football. So, where does NFL and college football sit with your fan base?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for asking again. I appreciate the great questions, Rick. Right now, we're focused on the NBA Finals, and as we transition, yes, we are gearing up for the NFL. We are putting a lot of energy and time into getting the NFL process of the app ready, up and functioning for our users to use immediately. In the meantime, I do want to address that. If you do download the app, we do apologize, as we are a young and growing team. At this time, we do not have MLB in the app.
You don't have MLB.
We do.
Yeah, I've
not
never tried to bet
on
MLB. I go with like the basketball, the UFC mainly.
As much as we do want it in the app currently, there are a few functions that we have to tighten up the process to make sure that the experience is legit and exceptional and satisfying to our users. And right now, there's a few things we have to tighten up within our app structure, as far as extra innings and like rain delays and stuff like that, as far as MLB goes. So we're doing what we can. We're tightening up the process. We're doing boxing and UFC. Everything we do there is manually. Again, Dexter Talbert, our founder and CEO, does a great job of providing that for us and doing that manually every weekend for us. So in the meantime of doing that, he's also getting the NFL structure ready for the season. We're about a month or two away. Yeah, we have to.
That's where your major bettors are. I mean, the great thing about baseball is your players will play generally every night. I look at some of the other betting apps where you put a bunch of money in the account and you bet off of it. People just like to throw 3-4 baseball games in there every night. So I know eventually you'll get to that level. Yes. You can only do so much so fast. Also, I would imagine that eventually that you probably want to also be into betting on horse racing. That's another big area that you can bet on daily, as in baseball. Horse racing is another big one. I noticed that you don't have that app available yet, but Dexter had informed me that you guys are also working on that.
We are. And just to cover the MLB one last time, I believe that we're going to try to have that slightly before the playoff games start to take shape and form. We hope to have MLB in there and then kick right into NFL, offering both services to our users. I do want to address NCAA. We did test NCAA with a source that we found last year, and man, we did not have a lot of success obtaining and getting all the information and teams that we needed and all the data. So we are tightening that up. We will focus for our users and future users. Our focus will be NFL first. We did have a successful test and run with NFL. We will have it. It will be good to go. So our focus is getting that going, getting that available for our users, making sure that it's smooth and satisfying, and we will see what we can do with NCAA. Most likely, it will not be this season. Hopefully by next NCAA season, we'll have it.
That's fair, and progress there's a lot that goes into it. I always look at these gambling sites and betting sites, and I belong to a few of them that I think are key, because I like to just make a straight up bet. With your site, to bet it with a buddy and give them a hard time and beat them most of the time. That's fun. It's a lot of fun to have bragging rights. That is a lot of fun. But I do the other also. I just make straight bets. Do you anticipate eventually that, excuse me, you'll have some area of your site where if somebody just wants to bet tonight, for instance, Milwaukee give the 4.5 to beat Phoenix, and they just want to make a straight $100 bet. Do you anticipate having that in your app eventually?
Eventually, I don't see that happening anytime soon. We want to focus on our peer-to-peer and buddy-to-buddy betting system at this time.
Great.
We want to we want to get that rolled out and try to approach the masses and a bigger audience nationwide as we continue to grow with this function and process, and see how it goes, and then eventually offer that to our users as we've solidified the process that we currently have and that we're trying to approach at this time.
I like your commitment to your product.
Yes.
And that's great. You know, I see people get into various things and various apps, and they're bouncing all over the place. You're looking, 1 month they're here, and 2 months later they're way over here, and there's no continuity. The fact that you are faithful and loyal to your product and to your fan, I think that's awesome. And I think more and more as people and shows like this help people understand why they should be going to Fan app, getting the app, and playing and having some fun with their friends. You know, we all like to fashion ourselves as the great minds when it comes to sports. All of us sports fans, it's a big part of our life. And
Absolutely.
One of the things that I'm curious about, what do you do for the user, the app user, to help them in analyzing games and teams? In NFL, for instance, you got a game between, let's say, Green Bay and Minnesota coming up. The game's in Minnesota. It's in the Dome. It's not going to be a weather game. Green Bay with a great offense, Minnesota with, last year a bad defense. How do you help people analyze these games? Do you have like experts come on, or do you and your partner Dexter analyze these games for people? Or is there a spot you can go to on your app that says, hey, if you're thinking about betting Green Bay, this is why you should bet them. If you're thinking about Minnesota, this is why you should bet them, or this is why you should not bet them. Do you give that type of information about, say, for instance, NFL coming up?
At this time, we do not offer those services.
Okay.
That is not something that we offer at this time. We put that on the user to do their own research and find that information and make a decision outside of our process before coming into our app and making a decision on what they want to do.
Okay, that's fine.
We have talked and bounced the idea of trying to get some maybe a podcast or some blogs going to help and give some of that information to our users. But at this time, we haven't made a decision on that process, but that's something we're looking into, and we may further develop and I'll be offering. It may be offered early next year if we get to it.
Yeah.
Right now, our focus will be getting the NFL in the app and running off the ground, and seeing if we can find any trends and grow off of those trends. Our focus will be trying to break down the information that we're receiving from our users on the product that we do have, and try to take what they're telling us and showing us by the activity they're providing. Are you betting on NFL? Are you betting on boxing? Are you betting on UFC? We want to take that information and digest it and then further improve our product for the users that we're getting.
So you're heavy on the analytics side. You do a lot
Absolutely.
of analytics related to what your product is.
And what kind of user we're attracting, and we want to be sure that this is fun for those people that are in there
It's got to
that
be
have
fun.
come to the app and have come to the app and have participated, and we want to make it better for those people.
Yeah, I would
Absolutely.
think just thinking along with you as you're developing and been in this business for a while now, that it would be kind of fun for you and Dexter to have a podcast sponsored by Fan Wagon that you go through and you analyze things, like the UFC card the other night, to go through each fight and say, hey, this is what we think. See our podcast. It's sponsored by Fan Wagon to help the fan over at our app to make the proper bet against their friends. So that might be a natural for you guys eventually to have a podcast.
Possibly, and Rick, we have discussed it. We have discussed it, but we haven't had the we feel like there's a few priorities to our users besides that, to further make the experience within the app better for them. And so we're really focused on that. We hope to get to that. We have discussed that, and we hope to get to that.
Yeah.
And we hope to get to that as soon as we can, because we have discussed it, whether it's us or whether we have we find an excellent personality to join us and offer those services to us.
I'm available.
We have discussed it. You are right, man.
Hey, you know I'm always available. I love to talk sports. You know that about me.
Absolutely, man.
And
I think we do a great job together, man.
It's fun having you on. It's always fun. You know, I've been a big fan from the time you guys started up, and we made friends, and you've been on a few shows, and you've analyzed a couple of things, different games with me and stuff. So that was fun. I got a couple questions. These shows go so fast. I can't believe we have about 7-8 more minutes left. It's gone so fast and so much fun. I got 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
Why Fan Wagon as opposed to another betting site? Number 1. And number 2, what's the dream? What inevitably do you want to happen at Fan Wagon? So there's a couple of good ones for you to finish with today.
Absolutely. So why Fan Wagon and not the other apps? We offer a unique service again in that we're peer-to-peer and buddy-to-buddy. A lot of the other apps, you're going to find that you're betting the book, you're betting the house, which is great, you know, and you can be successful and do that. And that's one way of doing betting. That's one way of doing sports betting. But man, we really offer what we feel is something that's a little more exciting, a little bit more thrilling, potentially, and it's just different. We offer something different than just betting the house and betting the book.
Yeah.
We offer something for you to engage with your friends. You know,
the bonding with friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't get that with betting a computer at a betting site.
You don't, and you build relationships. You find like-minded people like you, and you know, we're building a community here of sports bettors.
I love it.
And that's what we don't see anybody else doing that.
It's a great concept,
that we've
Chris.
noticed. And so that's what's unique about us. That's what we offer. And man, if you want to come have some fun, if you want to bet some people, have some fun, and you know, I encourage you to come join our community. Come join Fan Wagon.
I love it.
And bet with us. Bring your friends. Bet with your friends. Bet with the people in our community, and have some fun, guys. Yeah. I encourage you to come out.
I love your passion. It's interesting to me. I'm a believer that you can have a combination of both. There are certain bets that you want to make that you may mount. There's people out there that want to make that $10,000 bet, but there's also that person that wants to bet their friend and make, you know, that $1,000 bet. And I tell you what, when you're betting a friend $1,000 is a lot of money, and that's a lot of bragging rights. So
that's right.
I am a believer in what you do, because you use the key word relationship. You can enjoy sports and have a relationship. It's just not the cold-hearted thing. And by the way, those sports books, those online sports books, those apps are really wealthy for a reason. They take most of your money most of the time.
Yes, sir.
You allow friends to go back and forth. And as I say, men and women, there's a lot of women out there that want to be involved. A lot of great minds out there that are women nowadays that really are good at sports. So we don't want to be remiss and forget to mention that this site is also, when you say buddy buddy, we mean buddy buddy women too. It's just not for dudes. So
absolutely. Everybody, if you love sports, come join us. Come join us. And like you said, Rick, the books and stuff, a lot of the times, they're the winners. What I will say is, if a friend is betting a friend, somebody is always winning.
Yeah, and what's great about a friend betting a friend is that friend that loses is anxious to get back at you.
Correct.
So they want to come back, and you know, it is a community thing. So you know, I've been a big fan, and it's great to have you all on here, and because I believe in your product, and as a guy that is relevant in the sports world with sports shows, I just want to come out and straight out tell our fans that I believe in what you do at Fan Wagon. I believe in your product. I believe that people should be going there and having a lot of fun with it. Check it out. Chris, tell the people how they can get a hold of you if they have any questions. If they get on that app,
Yes.
and I know you and Dexter are very open, you're very transparent, and
Absolutely.
you want to talk to the fan, you want to know the fan, you want to engage with the fan. How can somebody get a hold of you, Chris?
If you're listening, please, you can find me on Twitter at Chris underscore Meza FW. Chris underscore Meza MEZAFW. Or please feel free to email me if you have any questions. Feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or email me if you have any general questions, or if you're wondering how to make a bet. If you're wondering, we want to help you get going. So please
I know you
email
do.
me. Please do. Please email me, Chris at fanwagonapp.com. Chris at fanwagonapp.com.
Perfect. Thank you. And please, all listeners, get to these two fellows. They're great. Chris and Dexter, unfortunately, wasn't able to join us today. He had a couple of meetings, but we'll have him on again, and both of them together. They're dynamic people with a dynamic product. In closing, what's the dream? What's the ultimate dream?
The ultimate dream, man, again, just to build a large community of sports bettors that can share their passion with each other, that can have fun. Sports are fun. We want to take our users back to their childhood.
Yeah.
Why we enjoy the game. Come have some casual, simple fun with us. Make some bets with your friends. Enjoy the sports. Enjoy your friendships, and let's enjoy life together, and let's enjoy these sports together, guys. That's what it's about.
Very, very well put. Chris, it's been such an honor to have you on today. It's good to catch up. I know you guys have made great strides since the times we've talked. It's been a couple of months. Thank you for making your time available. I know you guys are very, very, very busy at Fanwagon. To our audience, please check it out. Check the app out. It's very easy to operate. Again, the offer from Chris to come online with you, to talk to you, that's a great offer, and he will do that. He's a man of his word. So one last time, Chris, how can our audience get a hold of you?
Please, yes, one more time, guys. Reach out, Twitter at Chris underscore Meza MEZAFW, or email me, Chris at fanwagonapp.com. Guys, I would love to hear from you. Reach out. Let's get you going in the app. Let's get some bets going. Let's get y'all winning some money. Let's have some fun.
Chris, great show. Thanks for the update. I just, it's so nice when I interview someone of your knowledge, your sports knowledge, and the answers are so crisp and well put out, and I can see this business is well thought out. And I want to thank you for making the time. I appreciate it. We'll talk soon. Keep going. Keep making it happen. Fans, continue to watch them. Go to the app. Go to where Chris has asked you to go. Become a fan. Become a bettor. Have fun with your friends. I tell you what, nothing's better to be able to sit there with a couple of beers with your friend, communicating back and forth via text. You have your bets in, and you're just having a lot of fun with it, and you can actually watch a whole game with your friend texting back and forth. And that's the allure of this site. You and your friends can have a good time together, and you can communicate the whole time. When you make one bet with the computer, he's not going to talk back to you. He's already got your money. The computer already got your money. But when you're betting straight up with buddies, it's a great concept. Explore it. They don't pay me anything to do this for them. We're just buddies that I love helping out, and I don't have a stake in it. I'm a believer in it. So thanks for watching. Continue to watch our show. Again, thanks, Chris. We'll see you all soon. God bless.
Thanks, Rick. Let's talk sports. Be blessed, everybody. Take care.
Thank you, Chris.